Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Heart Talk. It's so good to be here with you guys another day. Each and every day that we wake up, count yourself blessed. Not lucky, but blessed. It's a blessing to be alive. That means you get a second chance, a new opportunity. You can start a new chapter. So today's Heart to Heart conversation is going to be marriage goals. Yes. If you take a look at my shirt, let me stand up. It says ring, marriage, and then baby. But in today's society, unfortunately, they want to flip things and do things or their way. But if we go all the way back to Genesis, the book in the Bible, the Lord, He set a plan for us, for man. But because of sin and disobedience, we have free will, but God's intention for man is not, the grief and the pain and the divorce and single parenting and tragedy and loss and all these things that we're dealing with right now in this world. That was not God's plan and purpose for our lives, for marriage, period. But the story in the book of Genesis, with Adam and Eve and disobedient, and they got kicked out. But Adam was lonely, and that's why God made Eve, his wife, to be his helpmate. And then they had a child. That's the order of God. And I believe that's still the order for today. You get engaged first, then you get married, then you have a baby. When we go in God's way, we cannot go wrong. When we go the will of the Lord. That's why He created it's like an encyclopedia, the Bible, a map for our life, which direction we should go and which route to take. Not to say, unexpected things happen that we have no control of, but most of the time, majority of the time, when we go God's way, we cannot go wrong. He created the Bible as like our encyclopedia or a map for our life. So in today's society, I hear people saying, "Oh, I can't wait to have a baby." I see some teenager, young people, and nobody's thinking about, okay, let me think first of having a partner, someone who loves the Lord, someone who could be a provider, someone who can nurture and be a loving father. No, in today's society, forget ring, forget marriage. They jump straight to baby. And I believe that's the problem in today's society. Nobody wants to encourage marriage today. Marriage is like old school, cliche, nobody wants to do that no more. Or I'll see people, not saying people don't make mistake, or they'll vice versa, they'll have the baby, then get married. And I'm not saying things happen, in people's life, and we all have a second chance. But to me, I believe in God's intention is to do it the Lord's way. You get engaged, you court someone, you get engaged, get married, then you have a baby. And then that becomes a family, a family that prays together, a family that love each other. That is God's intention for marriage. And I created this shirt to encourage that. And if you like this shirt, it's available on my website, www.kerishatopping.com, or Teespring store is KROSC collection with a K, and I created these shirts to inspire and to motivate people, especially young people. When it's on the TV, there's so many things. I don't even want to take my kids to the movie anymore. There's so many adult things that they sneak into the movie, inappropriate things that are against the will of God, that goes against marriage, but we as parents have to educate our children about God's way, God's law. And that's why I created this shirt. It's called Marriage Goal, Ring, Marriage, Baby, in that order. God has an order and a plan for each and every one of us. And He created that order, for us. It as a direction, as I said, like a map to go. And when we go God's way, we cannot go wrong. But when we go against the will of God, because of disobedience, because of free will, He give us free will to make our mistake. That's when we end up, tripping upon ourselves sometimes, and we have to backtrack and try again. But God's grace is sufficient. We're fortunate and grateful that we have a God that, when you messed up, he's not like, oh no, forget you. He's not like man. When we're messed up, he has grace for us, that when we messed up, we get a second chance to try again, and hopefully get it right the second time. So I just want to encourage you guys to, go God's way. God have a purpose and a plan for each and every one of us. And I hope that this message encourage young people. You can share this message with young people, especially with single person. I want to encourage this generation, my generation, the millennium, or I guess they call it the generation Z, the one after the millennium. I want to encourage our generation that yes, marriage might be old school, but it's the will of God. God created marriage for a purpose. And when we follow the Lord's law and his way, which is the Bible, we cannot go wrong. So be blessed in Jesus' name. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know, what you think about this program, this YouTube channel. It's a faith-based channel. Is to encourage marriage, is to give hope. So be blessed in Jesus' name, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a blessed day.